Let's talk about cover 3 zone defense. This is a defense that the Eagles have historically run a lot under Jim Schwartz in the past, and it's a defense that they faced a lot because of their run-heavy attack in 2021. To start off, cover 3 zone defense is a middle-of-field closed or single high safety look. If you don't know what that means, refer back to our coverage shells video. But it means we have one safety, in this example the free safety roaming the middle of the field, and the strong safety is in the box. Now, this defense is designed to force underneath throws and then rally and tackle to limit yards after catch. And so it requires your cornerbacks, your linebackers, your safeties all to be good tacklers and to rally to the ball. One of the biggest pros of this style of defense is that it can put an extra defender in the box to help stop the run. And so it's the strong safety. In this example, he is not deep where he would have been in cover 2. He is down in the box, and so that gives us an extra person in the box. Now, the weaknesses of this, for one, it has a linebacker in one flat and a safety in the other. And they're typically going to be weaker than cornerbacks would be in coverage. And so it makes you weak to the flats, and it only gives you 2 coverage zones over the middle of the field. You're also going to have weaknesses up the seams. And so there is an area that particularly tight ends can get into between the corner and the safety that can be exploited. Now there's a couple of variations of cover 3. There's cover 3 sky, where corners are aligned about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage and they don't press, they just go into coverage. And then there is cover 3 press or cover 3 buzz, which is where the corners align up on the receivers and they press and then they bail out into deep coverage. So what targets cover 3? Well, one of the things that really targets cover 3 is flood concepts. Kind of like we talked about smash against cover 2. It's designed to put a defender in conflict. And so here the Raiders are in a cover 3 zone, and this is going to be their flat defender. Now the Eagles are going to run a vertical route on the outside. They're going to have a running back release to the flat, and the tight end is going to run a deep out route. This is designed to put this defender into conflict. And so as we watch this play out, you'll see the play fake here, and you see this defender is now in conflict. He has to decide what to do, and he's going to be caught in between zones, and Jalen Hurts is able to wait, and he's able to let that throw come open and hit the deep route for a big gain. And so you'll see flood concepts time and time again in tape, and I could show a ton of examples, but we've talked about that already with cover 2. Now the second thing we're going to talk about is how vertical routes threaten this defense, and so we're going to pay attention to the top of the screen here. The Eagles have 3 receivers to the bottom that forces the safety to shade over. So we have true one-on-one coverage here, and we're just going to get a vertical release. And as we've talked about before, the saying in football is single high, let it fly. And you're going to see Jalen Hurts, pre-snap, he knows he's going to do this. He throws it up. Now, unfortunately, the ball is both overthrown and the receiver doesn't win that rep. But it is susceptible to those shot plays. Ryan Fitzpatrick has made a career out of just seeing single high and throwing the ball up to allow guys to go make a play. Now, on this next play, we're going to see another variation of verticals here. We're going to have a receiver come in motion, and he's going to go into the flat. We're going to have a bender route from this tight end. We're going to have a vertical route, and then we're going to have the wheel route from the running back. And so this is a cover 3 look. This is a 4 verticals look against cover 3. And when we roll the tape, just watch this play out. And you're going to see that this bender route is going to get open. There's room to throw this ball up here. Now, Hurts is going to miss the throw partially because he's under pressure. And so again, your coverage is key, or your pass rush is key. You can only cover for so long. But if we run this tape back and you watch what happens here, we're going to have the out route from the tight end. This is the deep zone, but there's nobody over here, so he's going to convert into coverage on this tight end. And now you've got a linebacker running against your wide receiver out of the slot. That's a rep that your receiver is going to win every time. There's big room to throw it, but Hurts is already being hit. He has to unload the ball too quick. And so you can see again how verticals concepts really target this coverage. Let's watch one more. We're going to have motion in this play, or excuse me, not motion in this play. We're just going to have a straight verticals look here as well. We're going to have our inside route runs a go, and our outside route is going to run like a deep curl. And so as we watch this play, what you're going to see is right here. Now this corner falls down, but this seam is wide open. Let's watch it one more time. And this is why we talk about the seams being vulnerable to cover 2. How is this safety supposed to cover both of these seams at the same time? Well, he can't. And Dallas Goedert is wide open, but Hurts is already delivering the ball underneath. And if you watch Goedert, he knows as he gives that little jump right there, he knows that that was a touchdown. So how can a defense defend that? They can call a coverage check called cover 3 match. Now, cover 3 match only works against balanced formations where you have 2 receiving threats to either side of the field with a running back in the backfield. And so the way that cover 3 match works is the outside cornerback converts to man coverage if the outside receiver goes vertical. So if he goes vertical, the corner converts to man coverage on him. The flat defender converts to man coverage anytime the second threat goes vertical. And so we see over on the left side here, number 1 goes vertical, the corner has him. Number 2 goes vertical, the nickelback has to man him up. He can't stay in the flat. If he stays in the flat, then the seam is going to be wide open. And so when we watch this next play, we're going to see the Raiders utilize this coverage check. We're going to see the same play. We're going to see the vertical from the inside. We're just going to look at the bottom of the screen here. The vertical from the inside, and then we've got the deep curl that's considered a vertical route because it goes beyond 7 yards. And you can see that they are going to convert into man coverage. And so we roll the tape here, and you see, now, boom, the nickelback turns and runs. They're both running with their vertical threats. Now, if you watch at the top of the screen doesn't do this. The top corner does not consider this a vertical route. He doesn't run with it. He continues to go deep. And so you can see how even coverage could break down here. But Jalen Hurts will hit that curl route and pick up a gain there. Now, that only works against balanced formations. If you come out with 3 receivers to one side of the field into a trips look, the defense can check into a different coverage, and it's called cover 3 Mabel. In cover 3 Mabel, the solo side cornerback, and so over here we've got 1 cornerback with 1 receiver, he converts to man coverage no matter what. If that guy runs a slant, if he runs a vertical, it's man coverage all the way. And so the linebacker on this side is going to man up the running back. He's going to cover the running back no matter where he goes. Then on the trip side of the field, we get more into these coverage rules. That the cornerback, just like in match, will match the number 1 receiver if he goes vertical. The overload safety, which is this guy, the strong safety in this picture, he's going to convert into man coverage if the slot runs a vertical route. And so in this case, the strong safety, he's manning this guy and he's taking him deep, and that prevents that seam from being open. Now, if this guy runs a slant, this guy is just going to be sort of like a cover 1 safety over the middle helping out. And then our offside safety, our solo safety, he's going to man the 3rd receiving threat if he goes vertical, which is in this case. And so in this example, all of these guys would play man coverage on their targets, and you would just have a linebacker and a nickelback here that are playing zone coverage underneath. So those are some of the ways that cover 3 can be attacked and some of the coverage checks that the defense can make in those situations. And so I hope that video is helpful to you. If you enjoy what you've watched here, please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you get more of our content, specifically our Football 101 content that will be going live every week throughout the rest of the summer.